Welcome to Football Scientific. Today is time for our Week 16 of the NFL review show. We also got some CFL, UFL, and IFL news and notes. The Orlando Storm have a new head coach. Anthony Beck from the Saint Louis Battlehawks is now the new head coach of the Orlando Storm. Let's go Storm! We're probably going to have remember I'm covering the Orlando Storm at the UFL Newshub.com. So for the UFL Newshub.com, I'm covering the Orlando Storm. We're probably going to have the only experienced head coach in the UFL, which gives us a huge leg up on building our roster and building a championship team. Go Orlando Storm. In addition, I am Aaron Sauter, the professor of football science. I write for FOOTBALLANALYSIS1.com. This morning, we published my article, the one most critical stat for every NFL team in Week 16. See why teams lost and won. Looking ahead to Week 17, we're looking ahead to Christmas. Christmas Day, we got several football games. Tonight, I'll start working on my power rankings. I've already been working on my power rankings for the NFL. And sometime, either tomorrow night or Thursday morning, we'll release my power rankings for every NFL team heading into Week 17 of the season, as the playoff picture really gets hammered out. Boom. Today we're going to go over Week 16 of the NFL season, plus some other news and notes. And I'm also going to represent our AFC power rankings and our NFC power rankings, reflecting the results of this last week of games. I am joined by my guest host, Tyler the Tiger. Tyler the Tiger here, ready to go, fired up. Ready to talk about the NFL and the CFL and the UFL and the IFL and whatever, every other FL, and get this thing going. Professor, it looks like you're struggling. Yeah, I got a little burpee, and I'm preparing for an ultrasound tomorrow. An ultrasound? What, your kidneys? Yeah, on my kidneys. So we're going to check it out, see how it's looking. Hopefully everything comes back good. But I have a little burpee from this Gas X stuff I'm taking. Gas X? That's gross. Hey, you look tired, Professor. You look real tired. I look tired? You do. You look tired. I can't talk. Look, you've been breaking down stats all day and breaking down film and then writing articles. Is that true? Yeah, that's pretty much true. That's what we've been doing. It's breaking it all down. Just like we do in Football Scientific. Yeah, we break it down. But you know what? You know what helps break it down? What helps break it down? W Energy helps break it down. W Energy. And you should hit some W Energy right now and get a boost for the show. A boost for the show? A boost for the show. Where's that W Energy at? It's right over here. Okay, so there we got a new batch of W Energy. What flavor is this? It's like a something grenade. Grenade. I forget, some kind of grenade drink. It's very, grapey, I guess. It doesn't look great. No, how's it taste? It tastes pretty good. I've had some earlier, and it tastes really good. And you should drink some too, and you'll feel better from your gas axe. Whatever. Okay, we'll drink some, and then we'll break it down. Let's break it down. All right, let's hit some W, not Doobie. Yeah, that's a different product. Okay, here we go. Wow, that is great. I feel a lot better, Tyler. Thanks for mentioning that, man. All right, here we go. Our breakdown of Week 16 of the NFL season. We've already gone over the Thursday night game. Boom. There's the Rams and Seahawks crazy game. We already went over the Saturday games. Eagles beating the Commanders and Bears beating the Packers. So this is just picking up Sunday's games. And then also, I'm going to just change the camera angle a little bit. And then also the Monday night game last night between the 49ers and the Colts. Okay, so first, Buffalo Bills at Cleveland Browns. Josh Allen came out and went 12 for 19 for 130 yards, 0 touchdowns, interceptions. Not a great game. I mean, he hasn't always played the best this year, but enough to win. Spoiler alert. James Cook had 16 carries for 117 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. They came out and grounded this game out. They didn't want to lose the game. They wanted to come and grind it out. Khalil Shakir had 4 catches for 34 yards, 0 touchdowns, and they had 3 sacks. They really didn't take a lot of chances in this game. They didn't want to take a chance to turn the ball over. Cleveland Browns, Shedeur Sanders came out and went 20 for 29 for 157 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. That's really what separated Buffalo and Cleveland was the 2 interceptions, okay? Buffalo didn't come out looking to win the game. They just came out letting the Browns lose the game. Raheem Sanders ran for the Cleveland Browns after Quinshawn Judkins got hurt. He's done for the year. The 11 carries, 42 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Harold Fannin had 4 catches for 34 yards and a touchdown. They had 2 sacks. Buffalo had 3 sacks. Buffalo Bills win this one thanks to 2 interceptions and 10 points in the final quarter to win this game 23-20 over the Browns, okay? Not a huge confidence builder, honestly, but they did grind it out, and they let the Browns lose the game. LA Chargers at Dallas Cowboys. I really thought the Cowboys were going to come out fighting, but then they got eliminated by Philadelphia the day before, so it makes sense that they came out and laid another egg. Where's their motivation, you know? LA Chargers, Justin Herbert came out and went 23 for 29 for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, or 0 interceptions. What a great game by Justin Herbert. Omarion Hampton had 16 runs for 85 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 fumbles. It's kind of getting back into the swing of things. Look, he's trying to hit in his stride, heading to the postseason. Quentin Johnson had 4 catches for 140 yards, 1 touchdown. And the LA Chargers defense had 1 sack. Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott went 21 for 30 for 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Not a bad game. Javonte Williams had 9 runs for 34 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. George Pickens had 7 catches for 130 yards, 1 touchdown. They had no sacks. What happened in this game? Well, first half was a hard fight. They were tied at halftime, and then boom, the Cowboys really kind of shut it down on offense. They just played horrible offense in the second half. The Chargers kept on keeping on. It was 17-17 at halftime. Chargers kept on keeping on. Cowboys did not. 34-17, Chargers win. They're a playoff team. They're officially a playoff team, and the Colts losing last night. Spoiler alert. New York Jets and New Orleans Saints. The Jets look like they understand that they're not going to win anything this year. Brady Cook got another start for the Jets, undrafted free agent. 22 for 35, 188 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Breece Hall, not a bad game for Brady Cook. He's getting better. Breece Hall, 16 runs, 54 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Adonai Mitchell, 3 catches, 43 yards, 0 touchdowns, and they had 3 sacks. The New Orleans Saints, Tyler Shook, went 32 for 49. Pretty good. A lot of volume. 308 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Audric Estime, their running back, had 5 runs for 19 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Chris Olave had a huge game in wide receiver, 10 catches, 148 yards, 2 touchdowns. And they had 8 quarterback sacks on Brady Cook. He's getting better, but he's getting crushed. Saints won this game 29-6. That's their 3rd win in a row. Saints are out of the playoff hunt, but at least they're finishing, with some high points at the end of the season. That's a starting 2-10. All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Carolina Panthers, direct head-to-head matchup for control of the NFC South. Baker Mayfield came out, went 18 for 26 for 145 yards, 1 touchdown, and unfortunately in the last 42 seconds, 1 interception ended up deciding this game. Bucky Irving had 19 runs for 71 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Mike Evans, who didn't need to lean on hard, had 5 catches, 31 yards, 1 touchdown. They had 2 quarterback sacks. Okay, Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young came out, went 21 for 32, 191 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. One of his best games of his career, honestly. That's a clean game. Rico Dowdle had 9 runs for 29 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Ted Taroa McMillan, 6 catches, 73 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 safeties. 2 sacks, not 2 safeties. Dang. So what happened in this one? Well, like I said, it went down. They're grinding it out both ways. Neither team really wanted to lose the game. Very similar to Buffalo playing the Browns. Neither team wanted to lose the game, but the Buccaneers made the mistake in the 4th quarter, throwing an interception. The Panthers made it pay for it and won the game 23-20. They now control the NFC South. One more win and they win the division. You got to win one more game. Had they beat the Saints, they would have already won the division. Boom. Minnesota Vikings at New York Giants. Vikings still hanging on to a tiny sliver of playoff hopes, a very small sliver, the smallest sliver of playoff hopes you can have, a splinter of playoff hopes. For the Vikings, J.J. McCarthy went 9 for 14, 108 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. He left the game with his hand. He had a hairline fracture in his hand, so he did not finish the game. Aaron Jones, so Max Brosmer finished the game, I believe. He's going to start next week, too. So their playoff hopes, Splinter has probably been pulled and thrown away. Aaron Jones, 21 runs, 85 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Justin Jefferson, 6 catches, 85 yards, 0 touchdowns. They had 5 sacks. Defensively, the New York Giants, who did not seem motivated to win this game because they have the number 1 draft pick so far for next year. Jackson Dart went 7 for 13 for 33 yards. They just ran the ball a bunch trying to end this game. 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Tyrone Tracy, running back for them, had 16 carries, 71 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Wandale Robinson, their wide receiver, he had 3 catches for 19 yards, 0 touchdowns. And they had 4 sacks. This is an ugly game, man. Vikings won, though, 16-13. I believe they'll be out when Max Brosmer starts next week. They'll be done. So they won this game, but it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Kansas City Chiefs at Tennessee Titans. Oh, the Chiefs wanted the Titans to win. Why would they do that? Because they wanted the Titans to be out of the running for the first overall draft pick. Unfortunately, the Titans just keep taking the bait. They said, okay, I guess we'll win this game. The Chiefs benched everybody of any importance, man. Quarterback Chris Oladokun went 11 for 18 on 11 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Isaiah Pacheco, who wasn't benched, had 8 rushes for 34 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Xavier Worthy, who was not benched, had 2 catches, 41 yards, 0 touchdowns. They had 2 sacks on defense. Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward went 21 for 28 for 228 yards, 2 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Tony Pollard had 21 runs for 102 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Chris Chig Okonkwo had 6 catches for 44 yards, 1 touchdown. They had 4 sacks. Titans win the game 26-9. They felt like the Chiefs wanted the Titans to win the game, honestly. And they did. They did. Okay. Boom. Speaking of teams out of the playoffs, Cincinnati Bengals at Miami Dolphins. Of course, the Bengals started playing better once their hosts for the playoffs were ruined. Bengals, Joe Burrow came out with 25 for 32 for 39 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's a really good game. And they had like 21 points in the third quarter. They helped them play really well in this game. Chase Brown had 12 runs for 66 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 fumbles. T. Higgins had 3 catches, 53 yards, 1 touchdown, and 0 sacks. I believe he left the game injured again. Miami Dolphins, Quinn Ewers in his first start went 20 for 30 for 260 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Not great. Devon Achane had 15 carries for 81 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 fumbles. Malik Washington had 1 catch for 23 yards, 0 touchdowns. They had 2 sacks. And because of the 21 points in the third quarter, the Bengals win 45-21 over the Dolphins. Boom. Next, Jacksonville Jaguars and Denver Broncos. This was a huge game. Jacksonville being the AFC South first place team and Denver being the AFC West first place team. This was a huge game between these teams. Trevor Lawrence came out and played out of his mind again. He keeps playing out of his mind. 23 for 36, 279 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He's pretty much got all the turnovers out of the system, all turnovers. Hopefully he keeps them for the Jaguars' hopes, you know. I'm not. I don't go for the Jaguars, whatever. Okay, Travis Etienne had 16 runs for 50 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Parker Washington had 6 catches, 145 yards, and 1 touchdown, 1 sack for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's a really good game in the passing game, man, and Trevor Lawrence looked really good. Denver Broncos, Bo Nix went 28 for 47 for 353 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That's a solid game for Bo Nix. Did make a mistake, though. R.J. Harvey had 7 runs, 50 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 fumbles. Cortland Sutton had 6 catches, 86 yards, 1 touchdown. They had 5 sacks, which they have an elite pass rush unit, so they sacked Trevor Lawrence 5 times. Did not matter. The offense could not hold up against the Jaguars offense, and Jacksonville wins 34-20. They're going to be rising in my power rankings, both in the AFC and overall on the article on footballanalysis1.com. Atlanta Falcons at Arizona Cardinals. Kirk Cousins came out for the Falcons, went 21 for 35, 197 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Bijan Robinson had 16 runs for 76 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Kyle Pitts had 7 catches, 57 yards, and a touchdown. They had 2 sacks for the Falcons. Arizona Cardinals came out. No team is beat up, just really beat up this season. Jacoby Brissett went 16 for 31, 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not his best game. He's played a lot better than that previously. Michael Carter, that defense really got to him. Michael Carter, 11 runs, 65 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Michael Wilson, 2 catches, 52 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 sack. Really, Arizona did not produce a lot of offense in this game, but the Falcons did make some critical errors and kept them in the game. Falcons win 26-19 over the Arizona Cardinals. Las Vegas Raiders at Houston Texans. This really should have been a walk-off win for the Houston Texans and that vaunted defense. For the Raiders, Geno Smith back in the leader role of the Raiders. Went 16 for 23 for 201 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Ashton Jeanty had his best game of the year, I believe. 24 runs, 128 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 fumble. Maybe he's finally getting caught up with NFL style of play. Brock Bowers had 5 catches for 33 yards and 1 touchdown. He had 0 sacks. Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud came out and went 23 for 35, 187 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Solid game, not great, but solid. Did not make any key mistakes. Shuar Jordan had 15 runs for 53 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Dalton Schultz had 5 catches, 35 yards, 1 touchdown, and they had 3 sacks. So Texans defense makes the plays down the stretch they need to. C.J. Stroud did not throw a pick. Geno Smith did. Texans win 23-21 over the Raiders. I really thought they would walk off the Raiders, but they did not. The Raiders hung tight with them, which is probably a bad sign for the Texans, honestly. I felt like that defense is really good, but they didn't finish that team off the way I thought they were going to. Boom. Pittsburgh Steelers at Detroit Lions. Big game for both teams. Aaron Rodgers came out with 27 for 41 for 266 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Jalen Warren had 14 carries, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Adam Thielen had 4 catches, 49 yards, 0 touchdowns, and they had 3 sacks. Detroit Lions quarterback Jared Goff went 39 for 54, 364 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 no interceptions. That's a huge game by Jared Goff. Jahmyr Gibbs only had 7 runs for 2 yards. Ouch! They're a running team. How can you get 2 yards? They only got 15 yards rushing. That's bad, real bad. Khalif Raymonds had 4 catches, 62 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 sacks. What happened in this one? Well, the Steelers came out and outlined the Lions and beat them 29-24 by grounding and pounding and high-efficiency passing. One thing did happen. DK Metcalf got into a skirmish with a fan over the wall, and he's gonna be suspended for 2 games, I think. And he's losing his $45 million guarantee. That's a $45 million mistake, DK Metcalf. Couldn't happen to a better guy. I've heard that guy's a jerk. So whatever. San Francisco 49ers at Indianapolis Colts last night. Brock Purdy came in 25 for 34 with 295 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Christian McCaffrey had 21 runs for 117 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. George Kittle had 7 catches, 115 yards, and 1 touchdown, and they had 2 sacks on the game. The Indianapolis Colts, Phillip Rivers came out and went 23 for 35 with 277 yards. Not a bad game. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jonathan Taylor, 16 carries, 46 yards, 1 touchdown. That was a big piece of the 49ers game plan to win that game, was to shut down Jonathan Taylor. And 46 yards, they did shut down Jonathan Taylor. Alec Pierce had 4 catches, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. They had 1 sack. What happened in this one? Boom. Niners offense was just superior to the Colts. Colts turned the ball over a few times. Brock Purdy was on fire and threw 5 touchdown passes for the first time for 49ers quarterback since Joe Montana did it in 1990. Or you can say that Steve Young did it in 1995 during the Super Bowl. He threw 6 touchdown passes. So Brock Purdy had a huge game there, hitting their stride when they need to. Very similar to the Chargers. A lot of this NFL thing and run to the Super Bowl is about timing. When are you topping out? When are you healthy? Timing goes a long way in the NFL. Okay, timing goes a long way in the NFL. Write that down somewhere, okay? All right, boom. Kansas City Chiefs. They have announced to the city of Kansas City, Missouri, that they are going to explore a new stadium plan for Kansas City, Kansas. It could be a cheaper stadium and you get a brand new stadium moving out of Arrowhead, or so they say. This is usually a ploy to leverage a community into buying you a new stadium. LA Chargers linebacker Denzel Perryman has been suspended for 2 games due to repeated violations where he hits people in the head. He did it against the Cowboys. He's out for 2 games. He's just a jerk, pretty much. And the league was like, you just keep being a jerk. You're out of here, bro. Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. He is serving. He had a serious contusion on his back in his game this last week, and he was out. He's day to day. He's been, taking 1 day off a week anyway of practice. Pittsburgh Steelers suspended wide receiver DK Metcalf for 2 games after he got in a fight with a fan. He lost $45 million because of that decision. 49ers beat the Colts, and that means Jacksonville Jaguars, LA Chargers, Buffalo Bills all made the playoffs last night as the 49ers won that game over the Colts. New England Patriots, their center and guard Ben Brown has received a contract extension from the Patriots, 2 years with a max value of $6.6 million. His base pay is guaranteed money to be around $5 million. Boom, Cleveland Browns running back Quinshon Judkins, they have shut him down. He got some surgery done on his fibula, and just look at his ankle. He's on the IR. He's done for the year. He's had a crazy year. Minnesota Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell basically said J.J. McCarthy has a fractured hand, and he's out for next week. Max Brosmer will be the starting quarterback. Also, running back Jordan Mason has an ankle injury, and he's a long shot to play this Thursday on Christmas Day. Cleveland Browns head coach Stephen Stefanski says that quarterback Deshaun Watson will not be activated this season. So he's getting ready, but he's not going to be activated. They've been using him for practice squad pretty much. Arizona Cardinals plays defensive lineman Walter Nolan III on IR. They placed cornerback Garrett Williams on IR. They signed kicker Joshua Carty from the Rams practice squad, and they signed cornerback Kalen King from the Panthers practice squad. So they're just trying to finish the season, really. Okay, boom. With that in mind, here are our power rankings. First, the AFC power rankings after week 16. Number 16, we got the New York Jets at 3-12. Number 15, we got the Las Vegas Raiders at 2-13. At number 14, we got the Cleveland Browns at 3-12. At number 13, we got Tennessee Titans at 3-12. At number 12, we got the Miami Dolphins at 6-9. At number 11, we got Kansas City Chiefs at 6-9. At number 10, we got Cincinnati Bengals at 5-10. At number 9, we got Indianapolis Colts at 8-7. They seem to be bottoming out right now. At number 8, we got the Baltimore Ravens at 7-8. Number 7, we got Pittsburgh Steelers, probably about to win the AFC North at 9-6. It'll be one of the last playoff teams to get in. Number 6, LA Chargers are 11-4. They're in the playoffs officially. Buffalo Bills are 11-4. They're in the playoffs officially. Chill's trying to win the AFC East and get home field advantage there. Houston Texans are 10-5. They have not clinched the playoff spot yet, but I think they will this week. If they win one this week, they should be fine. Number 3, New England Patriots. They're 12-3, and they've not clinched the AFC East, but they have clinched a playoff spot. Number 2, Denver Broncos are 12-3, and then at number 1, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. They beat the Broncos, and they seem to be surging at the right time. Timing is everything in the NFL. Okay, in the NFC, power rankings after week 16. Number 16 at the New York Giants, who are leaders for the first pick in the 2026 draft. Number 15 at the Arizona Cardinals, who are 3-12. Number 14 at the Washington Commanders, who are 4-11. Number 13 at the Dallas Cowboys, who are 8-1. I think they're done. Number 12, they're already out of playoffs. I just think they're done trying to win games this year. Number 12, Atlanta Falcons are 6-9. They keep this hanging on. Number 11, New Orleans Saints are 5-10. They've won 3 games in a row. Number 10, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 7-8. That was a really hurtful loss to Carolina last week. Number 9, Minnesota Vikings are 7-8. Number 8, Detroit Lions are 8-7. Number 7, Green Bay Packers are 9-5-1. Number 6, Carolina Panthers are 8-7. Philadelphia Eagles are number 5 at 10-5. Number 4, San Francisco 49ers at 11-4. Number 3 is the LA Rams at 11-4. Number 2 is the Chicago Bears at 11-4. Number 1 is the Seattle Seahawks at 12-3. All right, so that is our power rankings in the NFC. We'll be doing shorts on both of those in a moment. In a couple minutes, I'll be doing a TikTok reviewing those power rankings too for the TikTok crowd. Boom, in the CFL yesterday, I have not seen any new activity today in the CFL. I was kind of waiting around for that. That's why we're doing a show a little later. Boom. In CFL, Toronto Argonauts signed national linebacker Jack Cassar. They signed American defensive back Benji Franklin. They signed American offensive lineman Rush Reimer. Saskatchewan Rough Riders signed American defensive lineman Caleb Sanders. They signed global defensive lineman Sylvan John Jane. Montreal Alouettes signed American linebacker D1 Black. BC Lions released American linebacker Josh Woods. And Hamilton Tiger Cats signed American linebacker Craig Young, who played at Ohio State and Kansas, and spent time with the Colts, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Bengals, trying to get that linebacking crew upgraded. I wrote an article on CFL News Hub last night about Craig Young, so check that out. You'll get more details about Craig Young and why he fits into the puzzle that is the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Boom, and the UFL Washington Commanders have they basically signed former Renegades defensive tackle Keon Bars yesterday. So they just brought on a guy from the UFL. The big news in the UFL was today. Former Saint Louis Battlehawks head coach Anthony Becht is now the head coach of the Orlando Storm. I guess he lives in Orlando, so it's just a natural place. We're trying to get coaches with a local connection and trying to get more fans. Jim Haslett will probably replace him in St. Louis, but it looks like he'll also be John Gruden. I don't think that's going to happen. Let's keep throwing his name in there for rumors. Clickbait, John Gruden. And then someone also said Kurt Warner, which they could do. I mean, they've been putting random players as head coaches, so that all benefits the Orlando Storm. And the IFL, they have named the IFL League, the Indoor Football League, has named Brent Storer as the IFL's director of broadcasting. So it's trying to unify that and upgrade their broadcasts. Okay. Overall, that's the news today in the NFL, CFL, UFL, IFL. I put Sky Reports on TikTok for these bowl games today in college football. I try not to do too much college football stuff on Football Scientific. On YouTube, that'll pretty much be my TikTok thing. It works out pretty well doing the college football over there. Okay. All right. So that in mind, check out footballanalysis1.com for my NFL articles. Check out CFLNewsHub.com for my Hamilton Ticats articles, and check out UFLNewsHub.com for my articles. I wrote 3 recently about different things in the UFL, including today's announcement of Anthony Becht. I described 5 reasons why the Orlando Storm will be the best team in the UFL this year because of Anthony Becht. Okay, so that is the show for today. We're going to close the Football Scientific portal. We will be making some shorts, and I'll be making a longer TikTok about these AFC and NFC power rankings.